In my history of assuming leadership roles, I've considered a myriad of dimensions in what I'll refer to as my thought pyramid. I equate my progression of thoughts to that of a pyramid-like structure, because each thought builds upon the strength of the one that preceded it. Additionally, each thought, similar to the escalating pieces of that pyramid, becomes smaller and much more focused until ultimately I have found what I have been looking for. In this sense, my thought pyramid is based upon both facts and feeling. Those two components work simultaneously, meaning that the presence of facts inspires the creation of feelings and excitement to thrive at this new position. Although I try to keep a level head when it comes to establishing myself as a leader, it is easy to sometimes fall victim to the glitter of management. Sometimes, thoughts of prestige and potential perks cloud responsible judgment. Additionally, being asked to lead by someone else may give a false sense of security. With that feeling comes the notion that, quote, because I was asked, I therefore am qualified. That is a flawed way of thinking because no one is perfect, and the greatest assessor of one's merits is himself. Therefore, I must always do my own due diligence. That includes internal questions such as, am I emotionally, mentally, and spiritually prepared for this position? What lessons have I learned from my past endeavors that would suggest I would tackle new obstacles with the same tenacity? And the most important question I must ask, however, is, do I want this position? And if so, do I want it for the right reasons? It is easy to fall in love with the glamour, but when the sparkles of the honeymoon have subsided, is there still an unwavering belief in my mind that I have married the right decision? These introspective questions are both challenging and thought-provoking, but necessary if one wants to be an effective leader. It is one thing to take the position, but a completely different task to excel at it. It reminds me of a principle of Colin Powell's, which speaks to the idea that if you can take the pay, you should be able to fully earn it. What I have just outlined describe the facts that make up the first step in my decision process. Incorporated amongst them are a truthful analysis of my work history. When making a decision, I have to be honest with myself. Have I done the type of work that amply prepares me for this position? I firmly believe that I have the ability to lead others. However, I have no business leading an organization like Microsoft. I have done nothing in my history leadership-wise to prepare me to lead at the helm of one of the greatest technological firms in the world. Those concrete truths that lead me to those types of realizations are the foundation, but not the determining factors. With that said, there is no decision without that foundation. What brings my deliberations full circle are the emotions evoked from the task that I am asked to lead. Coming back to what I was saying earlier, I have to really want the position I am asked to take charge of. That means assuring myself that it is or is not my passion. That takes a certain level of responsibility because the foundation of everyone's decision to lead should be based on their full confidence that they can thrive. I truly believe that I will thrive if I associate myself with the things that I love. It is interesting to me to hear some others bash the passions of others because they are not, quote, reputable or established. And I am, of course, referring to the storybook parent who sneers at the passion of his child who wants to be an artist instead of a lawyer or a doctor. What makes it most interesting to me is the common phrase associated with those types of contested exchanges. For example, choose this occupation because it is the more responsible direction that will give you a more secure future. In all honesty, the greatest mistake one can make that epitomizes immaturity is choosing something that you don't like. In that sort of situation, you don't do your best work and limit what is your greatest potential. In a society such as ours that continually struggles, we need to inspire each other to have the courage to transcend societal expectations and demands. A lofty goal to be sure, but one, if realized, that could move us all to higher planes of achievement. In closing, I'd like to point out that I make that reference to suggest that everyone can be a leader in their own field. Additionally, a certain field can have multiple leaders. Therefore, when I make my decision to lead, I must ask myself if I am ready, ask myself if I'm qualified, and most importantly, ask myself if this new direction still leads me to the accomplishment of my greater ambitions.